Hey guys, it's Lori. So this has been on my mind really strong, and the subject matter is so sensitive. This may take a couple um, videos for me to get across, so it might end up being another series because there's so much I want to say, and you know me, I go off topic. So basically, what I want to talk about is the afterlife, what happens after death, the spirit realm, when we connect to the spirit realm, people that are gifted, dealing with grief, dealing with depression, dealing with addiction, all of that stuff. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I I like to say I was born with one foot in this realm and one in the next. When I was young, I was struggling. I was always seeking. I was always seeking to find God, I guess. And I know there's many people right now in this day and age, the way that things are going, there are so many people that are going through, maybe they lost a loved one, maybe they're dealing with addiction, maybe they're dealing with the addiction of a loved one, maybe they're dealing with a divorce, a separation. Adultery is the norm today. So like I have one client whose husband, after like 40 years of marriage, just decided, he wanted a girlfriend or whatever. And the world sees it as, well, it happens. So it spiritually crushes you, then, I mean, there's always been narcissistic people, there's always been ego driven people, but it seems that it's more the norm now than it ever was. Money, there's always been people driven of this world and all about money, but in today's day and age, at least in the Western world, without money, I mean, even if we're considered rich to the rest of the world. To many parts of the world, we'd be rich, but here, you're treated like a piece of dirt if you don't have a ton of money, Your credit score is more important than your integrity. So a lot of people are struggling right now. A lot of people are seeking answers. A lot of people are feeling at the end of their rope, like it doesn't matter. Betrayal from friends, from family, from people you think really care about you, and you're left feeling like, why do I even want to be here? And some people do, some people don't, but then it leads you to, okay, so what's next? Where am I going to go? And then there's all different beliefs about suicide and that sort of thing. Let me just say, from what I've learned about suicide, now I'm not suggesting it to anybody, because you know what? You never know when life's going to change. It can change in the blink of an eye. So don't leave this world before your time to naturally leave this world, because it could change immediately right after that, So, but as far as the afterlife goes, so many, I guess, I don't know if religions teach it or if it's just what people were raised to believe, but that you commit suicide, it's an automatic ticket to hell. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a couple different reasons. I am a Christian, so I believe that, we're all sinners, and that Jesus Christ sacrificed for us, made the ultimate sacrifice, and gave us salvation. So, chances are, think about it, people say, yeah, but your last act was of sin if it's suicide. Well, how many of us, honestly, are not going to be sinning when we die, whether it be in thought or in deed? Hopefully not, but it's not unheard of. You could be thinking you're angry at somebody when you die. You could be anything. It could be any number of things, that is displeasing to the Lord at the time of death. So you're going to say that everybody, even those who have accepted and the free gift of salvation, are buying themselves a ticket to hell. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Not, and judging from my experience, my study, it's not true. So get that out of your head right now. But that is not me saying go ahead and do it, because I do believe that you cannot take the place of God. God decides when you die. And we need to leave it up to him. I also believe that throughout our life we have different exit points. So we have different exit points, and so our soul can choose to exit or to stay at that point. Um, However, if it truly is your time, because we all have an appointed time, and it's no longer an option, you're going to go. You're going to go whether you are the safest person in the world and don't take risks at all. You're going to go. You're going to go if you're the healthiest person in the world. You know what I'm saying? You're either going to go, it could be an aneurysm, it could be an accident, it could be somebody comes in and shoots you, but you will go. Have you ever heard of somebody like escaping death and then 2 months later something happens and they die? I think that's because it was that person's time to go. But I also believe that we have different exit points throughout our life where if we leave at those points, it's okay. But we can choose to stay because there's more that we need to learn and grow at that point. Have you ever felt like you defied death? You got in a bad accident where the doctors were like, you should have died, but you survive it and you're okay. I think that was an exit point where you could have left, but you chose to stay. Sometimes in childbirth. Sometimes maybe some people get shot. Some people try suicide. It doesn't work, So I believe that these are exit points. Or you get very, very sick and you defy the odds and you survive. Whatever. We're all going to go someday, though. All of us. So this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the afterlife. I want to talk about loved ones and what happens after. As far as my knowledge, I am not God, but I will tell you what I've learned over the years, how I've grown, what I believed versus now what I know. I guess my whole point in making this series is, like I said before, a lot of people are searching, seeking. They want some kind of answer. They want something to hang on to. They have found the emptiness of this world. They have found that you can achieve whatever here and still feel empty. So what is it? There's got to be more. Or maybe you've lost someone and you're like, I don't care how much money I have. There's got to be more. Or whatever the case may be. So many people are desperately seeking answers. And that's what I want to try to provide here. I also want to throw out a warning that there are many... Okay, this is the subject that gets at hand that I've been really thinking about. But it gets a little tricky because there are people, God gives people different gifts. They can have a gift of communication. They can have a gift of real empathy. They can have a gift of, helping, giving. We all have gifts. God has given us all certain gifts. Maybe you can sing. Maybe you're just really good with people. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe discernment. You can discern the spirits really easily. But then there are those people that are of this world that may claim to be spiritual. But if you look at them, there's something called cold reading, and they're telling you that they're talking to a loved one, your loved one or whatever, and it's a cold reading. They're lying to you. Or maybe they don't think they're lying to you. Maybe they really are getting something, but they're not in the vibration they need to be in, so they're being fooled themselves. So I guess what I'm saying in this day and age of being so many people so desperate, just be careful who you go to. You'll know them by their fruits. Now that doesn't mean you'll know them by how many people think they're great. You'll know them by how much money they have. You'll know them by how famous they are. That's not what that means. It means by their fruit, their spiritual fruit. Who are they? Are they speaking truth? Do they live truth? That's what you need to look for. And I'm not saying, don't look for the perfect person because they don't exist. But with that being said, I just want to kind of tell you what I know, what I've learned over the years. And it's going to take several videos. I know it is, because I've always said I want to do my testimony, but it's going to take a long time. This is kind of doing my testimony, and I'm going to throw in a lot of other stuff, but I do want to talk about the afterlife. I want to talk about some of my experiences there. I want to talk about spirit communication, how to avoid a fraud, that kind of thing. Alright, so I know I've taken up too much time already on this video. just kind of as an intro. So stay tuned for the next one. I'll probably upload it right after I upload this one, and I'm going to continue on a series. So please stay with me. Join if you like. I am opening up a group. I'd like to start a group. I saw a join button on YouTube, and I'm not sure how to do it yet, but I do have, I said this before, access to, I think I can have like 100 people at one time in a meeting. If we join a group, if everybody joins, and you don't have to pay to join, but if you could give a monthly donation, that'd be great. And we can learn together. I can teach you what I know, and we can learn together. Because right now, this is the time. I mean, it's always been, it's always good to get to know God and to get closer to God and all of that, but we're in really, really heavy energetic times right now. We're not, there's a lot of lying, there's a lot of deceit, there's a lot of demonic energy around. So now is the time for us to join together to learn to get as close to God and as strong as possible. This is a battle. So join me. Not only will it help me to, financially I can get things going with the donations or whatever, but it's also going to help all of us to stay strong together and learn and grow. All right, guys, stay tuned for the next one, and it'll probably take like 3 or 4 videos, honestly, just to keep them kind of short. All right, I will talk to you guys soon. See you in the next video. Stay tuned and join. If you'd like to join, please let me know. All right, I'll talk to you soon.